Members of the Ohio Wesleyan class of 2013, it is my pleasure to say, welcome to your new home. The faculty and administrators with me on stage tonight join me and your proud families in celebrating this day and congratulating you on the beginning of your collegiate career. Today you have come to us and to this campus from across the country and from around the world, bringing life experiences as diverse as the oceans are wide. You bring a rich array of cultural backgrounds, a wide range of political perspectives, and a vast collection of experiences that have shaped you individually and will help frame the kaleidoscope of your collective identity as the class of 2013. Never again in life will you find yourself so quickly immersed in a setting with such profound diversity in such close proximity as you experienced when you arrived on the floor of your residence hall. In the midst of this diversity, you are surrounded by people who share one thing in common: the decision, after a careful process that in some cases took years, that this campus offers the best setting for you to live your undergraduate years and to gain the full benefit of a liberal arts education. Today you stepped onto a campus where students like you have gathered for nearly 170 years. Just outside of this building is Elliott Hall, the building where OWU classes first convened in 1842. And just out the windows behind us to another direction, I can see Merrick Hall, named for our first president, constructed in our third decade of existence. As you walk this campus, you will be captured by its historic grandeur and by its natural beauty. Surely you have noted the beauty of the trees that provide a canopy of protection from the heat of the summer sun. Some of these trees were here when the first students gathered in 1842. Their roots are deep. If they could talk, they would have stories to tell. And if they were gifted with an imagination, they might wonder tonight what impact you will make on this campus and what impact you will make on the larger world when you leave this campus. As you walked up the path leading from Sandusky Street through the Memorial Gate toward the Founders Plaza, you may have noticed the names of distinguished alumni of Ohio Wesleyan. Among our alumni are Nobel laureates, Pulitzer Prize winners, former CEOs of Fortune 100 companies, former presidents of the American Red Cross and the United Way of America, members of Congress and a vice president of the United States, winners of Emmys, Oscars, and Tonys, groundbreaking scientists, a current correspondent for CBS News 60 Minutes, and the current dean of Johns Hopkins School of Medicine. Like you, these individuals arrived with a great diversity of background, life experience, and expectation. They came here with a common desire to learn, and here they did learn. Here they learned how to think in ways that they did not know they could think. Here they learned to form, massage, and articulate a point of view. They found their voices here. Here they learned the power of empathy, understanding points of view they had never considered by listening intently and by questioning carefully. Here they learned to write, sharpening their use of the language and honing their ability to shape an argument. Here they mastered a discipline, learning the content of the discipline and acquiring the tools of investigation necessary to continue to live in the discipline in their years beyond OWU. Here they learned to connect the theory of the discipline to practice of the discipline. Here they learned how to lead, and here they learned how to serve. Here, with the benefit of all of this, They learned, as Usman suggested you will learn, to make a difference in the world. Tonight, you take your place among them. Tonight, you begin your OWU journey. And as you begin your journey, I have some counsel I would like to offer. But first, I have some words for your parents. Parents, twice in the 5 years, I and my wife Melissa have found ourselves sitting where you sit tonight. We know something of the emotions of this day, the excitement, the pride, the anticipation, but also the ambiguities of knowing that when our sons and daughters return home, they will not be the same people we are leaving at the beginning of their collegiate career. On the one hand, that's why we are so happy that they have chosen to enroll at places like Ohio Wesleyan. On the other hand, we know that this means that a chapter in life is ending. It's time to let go in a new way. It's time to watch from a greater distance as our sons and daughters begin to chart their own courses, to find their own paths, and even more, to make their own decisions. We can watch, albeit with well-deserved pride, from a bit farther away as they achieve even what they tonight do not know they can achieve. And we will need to stand a bit farther back when they fall, allowing them to confront their mistakes and to learn from them. Now, when my wife Melissa read this speech last night, she said I wrote that better than I lived it. I know it's not easy. But as you prepare to leave this campus in the next day or two, rest assured that every person here is committed to the success of your sons and daughters. Each employee of this university has chosen to be here because of a desire to participate in the education of a new generation of individuals who will become leaders in the most dynamic time in human history. We cherish this calling, and we will do everything possible to ensure the success of these students. Now, some thoughts for our students. I've drawn these thoughts from conversations with current students over the past year when I have asked them to advise me on how I should offer advice to you. Here's what they have said. Get to know this wonderful faculty that is seated behind me. They will be your teachers, they will be your mentors, and they will be your friends. At times, they may be your adversaries, but only because they want you to fulfill your great potential. Get to know them. They are our most treasured asset, and they are your most valuable resource. Test your intellectual limits. Do not be limited by what you have already considered or by what feels most comfortable. In your freshman year, take at least one class you thought you would never take. It may become the most important class you ever take. And don't be afraid to take the hard classes. You are here to get an education more than to get a grade point average.